Kill la Kill If. I have played it. I have played a lot of it. I was given a code by PQube Games, so shout out to them. Obviously, I have to be transparent with you when I receive anything from a company. They let me play this game a little early so I could review it and talk about it publicly. I will mention I'm not allowed to show you story mode cutscenes, and I'm not allowed to cover analytical stuff, so I'm not allowed to talk about like frame data or anything like that. With that in mind, let's get into it. I'm just going to go over each of the game modes and talk about them for a little bit, starting off with Gallery because it's the shortest conversation. Gallery is your collection stuff. I don't really care for modes like this in any game that I play, but if it's your thing, I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. It's just, I don't know what I'm looking for when I want to critique something like this because, again, it's not something that I engage with, so I can't really critique it. The covers challenge is surprisingly fun. I would never spend like a full day playing it or anything like that, but whenever I do go ahead and give it a shot, I have a ton of fun. And if you've never played a character before, you might want to try them out in this game mode. It could be the perfect chance to learn the character in an environment that's at least more fun than practice mode. And then if you want to try that character more seriously outside of covers challenge, then I would recommend going into practice mode. And now I have to talk about story mode. Now, before I do talk about story mode, I do have some negative things to say. But if you are a Kill la Kill fan, you need to know that you will get something out of this story mode. You will enjoy it. If you're not a Kill la Kill fan, this story mode is confusing, and I'd argue splitting the story mode into two different halves with multiple cutscenes that repeat themselves, along with locking content behind said story mode. And when I say content, I mean literally everything is locked behind story mode. The mode feels like more of a required chore than anything else. Most of the cutscene animations are really stiff and completely out of sync with what the character is saying. With that said, this story does offer a lot of unique gameplay encounters that I'm not allowed to show you, but trust me, the gameplay of story mode is better than what most arena fighters offer. One fight in particular feels more like an RPG or an MMO boss than a fighting game boss, which was an awesome experience. It's probably the most fun I've had with a fighting game boss ever, which is high praise. Like I said, if you're a Kill la Kill fan, there's stuff here for you to enjoy. But if you're not already a Kill la Kill fan, or if you haven't already finished the animated series, this one's going to be pretty confusing. You can figure it all out based on the context clues that they give you, but it feels like you're solving a puzzle in your head as you kind of interpret the cutscenes. For gameplay, I'm going to talk about three different things. I'm going to talk about features, the actual gameplay itself, and then the character designs, because there's three different conversations in there. Starting with features, you've got free battle, which is versus CPU and local versus, normal match, which is just PvP, and ranked match, which is slightly more serious PvP. Versus mode gets the job done. It's got all the features you want, and because I don't know how else I'm going to fit this into the video, I'll talk about the colors. Each character has three different colors: the default color, an alternative color, which is just the same kind of dark color palette for everyone, and the arc color, which is just the correct color to use on any character because it looks gorgeous. The gameplay feels good, sort of. It's hard to talk about gameplay without talking about specifically the character designs, but we'll get into that in a second. When the character works, the combo system feels pretty nice. There was and still is a pretty large group of people expecting the game to be some type of execution-heavy arena fighter, or at least have some unique combo paths that aren't really in most arena fighters. And there's certainly more of that than there is in, say, Storm 4 or Jump Force or even One's Justice, but damn, we are still a long way from a traditional fighter. And I actually think it's a really good thing that we didn't lean too far into the execution heavy stuff. And I think there's this interesting middle ground that will eventually happen with arena fighters and fighting games. And this is kind of a step in that direction. I do want to mention one more thing before we talk about character design. There is a paper, scissors, rock mechanic. You might have seen this through early gameplay. And I was really worried about this mechanic actually being important in the game because I really don't like mechanics that interrupt the flow of the match. And sadly, I can confirm that this mechanic is super important. Remember though, just because I don't like it doesn't mean that you won't like it. It might be your favorite thing about the game, but for me, it's a pretty big turnoff. And finally, we can talk about character design. Kill la Kill If is definitely trying to be something different, and it accomplishes that. One of the ways it tries to be different is the character designs. They clearly went in a direction where they wanted to make each character, quote unquote, feel different. Imagine a spectrum. On one end of the spectrum, you have Jump Force, where pretty much every character can do the exact same combo with some slight exceptions and some slight modification. And on the other end of that spectrum, you have Kill la Kill If. What I mean by that is, sure, every character in Kill la Kill feels different, but I would argue they feel far too different. For example, the character I'm most excited about, or the character I was most excited about, is No Known. She only has projectiles. That's not hyperbolic. I won't go into much more detail than that about the specific character designs, but what I will say is, other than Ryoko and Satsuki, every character's gimmick kind of sums up their entire moveset, and they feel super limited as a result. It's hard to say how this will actually pan out in gameplay, because I haven't been able to verse anybody yet. I don't know anyone who owns the game. Well, I know a couple people who own the game, but they're on different platforms. PS360 got the game on Switch, so he's not helpful. Globker's on vacation, so I'm alone, okay? So after playing the game as much as I have, I can say that I do feel positively about Kill la Kill If. I think it's a really good step in the correct direction for arena fighters, but I do certainly see flaws. Would I recommend you buy the game? Absolutely. If you like arena fighters and you want to see a different take on them, try this one out. If you like Kill la Kill, definitely get this game. There is a ton to like here if you're already a Kill la Kill fan. If I have any dramatic shifts in opinion about the game, I'll be sure to tweet about it. And if I have a super dramatic shift in opinion, I'll be sure to do an updated video on it. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, I'd really appreciate you leaving a like on it. It does help other people find it. And I would like to get the word out about Kill la Kill If as much as possible. If you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe. Keeps you up to date with all the good content. My name has been Bilbzy, and I'll see you in the next video.